With Larry Wagstaff, checking in with the wrestling team. You had the conference duels this weekend in Rock Springs where you got to wrestle three teams, Kelly Walsh, Natrona, and Jackson. How did they all turn out?
We went over there, and it was a good meet for us. First of all, we started out with Kelly Walsh, supposed to be one of the top three in the state. We was within four of them, and then we wrestled Natrona, and then was able to beat them by 10, and then we wrestled Jackson and beat them pretty good. So we had 2 wins and 1 loss over the weekend.
Any wrestlers that maybe went 3-0 over the weekend or something along that we should note?
We had several of them who went 3-0, but the kid that really made a showing this weekend, I felt, with 2 of them actually, was Sam Lester. Wrestled some good kids and wrestled at a high level, and he started putting a match together, and he's looked pretty solid. And then Dylan Skaggs had a good weekend as well.
What about some other kids? Because in duels, you get the variable points for depending on. Sometimes you can lose a match and you can avoid being pinned or a major loss. You can get some points. Any kids showing some strides as we get down to the final month or so of the season?
Well, since you put it that way, we had the Williams kid wrestle heavyweight for us. He weighs about 200. But we bumped him to heavyweight, and he battled his little heart out to not get pinned against Kelly Walsh, which gave us an opportunity to win that duel. Didn't work out that way at the end, but he gave us everything he had at that weight, and so that was kind of a nice surprise. Carson Wagstaff had a decent weekend. He beat a good caliber kid against Natrona that will be a benefit to him as we go into the region, into the city meetings and so forth.
You have another conference duel this week here at Red Devil Gymnasium. Wednesday, the state champs are coming in here, Green River. What do you expect out of your team to go up against those guys?
We're gonna step it up and get after them. A lot of those matches could be pretty close. They have a good bunch. They're returning almost all their kids from a year ago. They're got their eyes set on another title, and we're going to try to get in their way and make them avoid that.
It's scheduled to start at 5:30. Is that JV start time?
The schedule time depends what schedule you look at.
Okay.
I'd be here by 5 because that's what time Green River and we think it is, and that's what time it's on the original schedule. So it got moved around a little bit today because of basketball practice, but they moved the basketball practices out. So we called Green River just a half hour ago and told them to be here at 5. So.
Okay, and is that just JV starting at 5? Is it just the single mat and then varsity following?
Yeah, JV, and then it'll be our senior night as well. We'll recognize our seniors, and then we'll wrestle after that.
What are some weight class matchups that we should be looking forward to?
Well, you know where my strength is, starting with Carson there at 26, all the way up to all the way up to Dylan at 95. Those are going to be some great matchups. Some of their kids are ranked pretty high, but I feel pretty good about the kids I have in those weights between there. So,
are you going to fill a full varsity for the match, so we'll have every weight class filled?
We might fill them all but one, but we'll make that decision at weigh-in. So
you have the Ronthon coming up this weekend, and that's always a big tournament, and tons of teams show out. A good opportunity for those kids to go out and wrestle back-to-back days. What are you looking forward to with that?
Like you said, the Ronthon we'll have everybody there. All the 4A will be there, most of 3A, a lot of the 2A. So the best kids in the state will have an opportunity to wrestle against one another. It's a battle there, and it's always fun.
With the time of the season, this is just the start of February. Is that a good time for some of your wrestlers that are looking ahead to trying to get into state, maybe a chance to get a look at or even wrestle against some kids they could be facing a few weeks down the road?
There's a good chance that you'll see kids that you're going to see the next 3 weekends as we have the Ronthon, and then we go into our regional tournament and then in the state tournament. You could wrestle some of those kids 3 times in the next weekend. So.
Busy weekend. You had the duels now this Wednesday. Make sure to show up to Red Devil Gymnasium at 5. The JV will be taking the mats varsity to follow, and that's against the defending state champions, Green River. And then Friday, Saturday, you have the Ronthon. Anything else to add?
That's a pretty full week, and we look forward to getting on the mat and getting after people.
Coach Wagstaff, thank you.
Thank you.